In 2021, the average EA worker's salary was 20% lower than it would have been if pay rises had kept pace with inflation since 2010. The equivalence of working 1 day in 5 for free, basically. And that is 2021, so that doesn't consider where we are now with the cost of living crisis and everything else that's gone up. Unison's survey environmental agency members found that over 60% of respondents could not say for certain whether they'd be working for the agency in 12 months' time at all, saying they're currently looking for jobs elsewhere. Would you accept there's a problem with pay and the environmental agency? And does it actually pose an existential crisis to the environmental agency?
Well, there is a problem with pay, and I alluded to it in my opening remarks. And the problem is, and this is not a problem unique to the Environment Agency, so let's recognise it's a problem for the whole of the public sector. Yeah. But I know about the Environment Agency. And what's happening in the Environment Agency, as you rightly said, is that because we're a public sector organisation and therefore have to follow the pay policy of the government of the day, we have not been able to pay our staff for a decade or so pay that reflects the increase in the cost of living. And the net effect of that has been that people are significantly poorer if they work for the Environment Agency now than they were. And the net effect of that is that some people can no longer afford to work for us. So people have left us over the last year or two, almost always saying, I really don't want to leave, but I can't afford to work for you anymore. And I think that's wrong. I think it's bad for them, but it's also, of course, bad for the country, because these are the people who are delivering the outcomes that we've been talking about for 2 hours that benefit and protect communities. And if the Environment Agency is not able to pay what we need to recruit, retain and motivate all the talented staff that we need, then there is an issue, and it's an issue for the country as much as it is for the Environment Agency. We have had extensive discussions with the government and the unions about this issue. What we are doing about it for this year is looking at whether we can make what's called a pay business case to the Treasury, which would propose various transformations that we might want to do in the Environment Agency in exchange, should it be successful, for agreement that we could pay our staff higher than whatever the government ceiling is for this year. But it is a big issue.
Well, just for the record, say
just go on. Some of our staff are using food parcels.
They are, yeah.
And I think that tells you.
That tells you everything.